And somebody asked to see a walkthrough on the garden here. Haven't done anything like that for quite a little while. There's not a lot blooming right now, and there's still a bunch of mess out here, but I'll do a walkthrough on the back garden here for the moment and kind of show where things are at currently. Actively doing lots out here currently. We started out here. This is coming off my back deck. I have a I've got a little walkway down here, a little sidewalk. And what I've done is I've got some pathway done with pavers out here. I got a little bench off to the side. I got my little, skulls all tucked in here and there just because I like weird stuff like that, those skulls I cast. Ignore everything off way over there to the side. That's a horrid, ugly wood pile. And I'm trying to get to that. It's going to be a long time before I can clean all that stuff up, even if I ever can. Over here I've got a pond. It's pretty old at this point. Probably closing in on more than 20 years that it's been in there in service. Still holding up a little bit, and so I got a bunch of things in there. Louisiana iris, some water lilies. I got that little footbridge there. So a lot of the foliage is kind of pretty dry. I got a foxtail right here that's done with its thing. It gets pretty tall, it's kind of nice. A little pathway goes around here. Like I said, that wood pile off to the right there is horrendous. A little fire bowl underneath there and some sculptures. There's a Rapa Nui there. Got some odds and ends around the pond, little things like sedum and the likes. I'm still working on that stuff. The pavers run back in around here, and I've got things like a sculptural faces I've tucked around here and there that I made a mold of a face that I had around here, and pulled some use that to make as a mother mold to make some other ones out of it, a different style on it. See the pergola with some lights and speakers there. Set on a little bench out here. I can listen to music, and I think you can kind of see the light. Well, it's kind of hard to see the lights with this camera. They kicked on already. I'm gonna have a wisteria that's gonna creep over the top of this thing at some point. And one of my favorite things in the yard, my little apricot tree right here that I grew from seed. Got to get it a little mate. It's self-fertilizing, but without another tree it doesn't really produce much. Every so often 1 or 2 or 3 pieces of fruit, and that's about it. I'll get a little Blenheim to go with it, apricot, because it would bloom. It's an early spring bloomer on that. Need something that matches on that, another self-fertilizer, and then we'll get more I should say self-pollinating. I'll get more fruit out of it. I got some I think these are heleniums or something, 2 different type in there. Used to have a garden here. The apricot tree blocks the sun, so it doesn't. Didn't even put it in this year. I'll move that around to a different part of the yard. There's the face that I used to pull make the mold from to mess around with. Got a little weeping cherry over here. You can see again I've got more pavers running around. The big rock is kind of cool. One of my brothers came and helped me work with that. What you see above ground, there's just as much below ground. We righted that, we lifted that rock up from it was laying flat horizontally. We were able to get it lifted up. We did some hocus pocus. It took a whole evening to get it, but we got it. This kind of runs around here. I'm working on this. It's a little center island is kind of what it is. There's a ring of stones around it. And I'm gonna fancy this up next year. It's got some things in here like snapdragon over there and some stone crop and different things. Well, not the stone crop's over there, but the different types of things, sedums and the likes. Got some lilies out there, gladiolus. Some of the cool things, you get the moss. I like that kind of stuff, moss, and see them growing over the top of the wall. If you notice, there's kind of tilting there, and you know what? I don't mind that. It's I like almost a dilapidated feel to everything. Sometimes these stones, something will, an animal will jump up on them, knock them over. I've had walls tip over, parts of it before. I kind of like that. I'll put it back, right it back up and take care of everything ultimately. I see some ferns there. Underneath here, I got a lot of work to do here. There's a dry stream bed down in there that I put in with stones I got out of the yard when I was sifting out dirt and replacing things. I'll get around. I'm kind of working on that now. It got overgrown with sedum, surprisingly, and you can't really see it now. Some daylilies back here, some red hot pokers back in the corner. I got a bunch of horseradish in here, and it kind of is kind of like a guardian to my espalier apple trees that I've got. They produce a little bit of fruit. You know, if you kind of come in here and show that, you can see the fruit up in there. They're pretty cool on that. You know, I've got things growing on the wall here, some different types of plants and things that creep over the wall, like, you know, I think that's like either snow in, no, that's not snow in summer, that's like equivalent to baby's breath or something similar. A lot of it, you know, there's still things, you know, I've got the lights running around that go all the way around here, multiple sections of them there, you can kind of see. A bunch of bird houses all over the place. You know, the stone's got some interesting color to it, I'll say that. And you know, there's some dry areas over here. I got a little heart-shaped bird bath I made out of that hypertufa. Been doing a bunch of transplanting things. You know, some of it looks burnt. It may come back next year. I'd transplant a lot of stuff. You know, getting in the center island, I got a lot of different things, hollyhocks. I'm gonna, you know, kind of pack it in a little bit more with more things next year. Right now I'm just kind of moving stuff around. Calla lilies, the likes, and you know, you see the garden hoses running around. Excuse me. You can see there's another face that I made. You know, I've got those kind of here, tucked in here and there. I got a big old vase over here. This kind of runs around. That's where I came back in here, where I came in off the deck at. And there's a little footbridge going back in there, and you can kind of see it from this side. But you know, kind of a long video here, but that's what the yard kind of looks like here. You know, little sculptures tucked around here and there. It's just some odds and ends of things that I've made and whatever else. So that's the what I call the backyard here. You know, more birdhouses there. Those are like owls, abstract owls. Anyway, that's what the backyard looks like currently. In early spring, it has a lot more color. Right now, everything's kind of died down, and you know, it's kind of mellow now. So, anyway, hope someone enjoys that. And again, I'll shoot more videos later.